All right, it's a rogue trader day today. It's a rogue trader day. So now I'm the big boss, big dog, the biggest boss here. We are ready for any orders, Lord Captain. Master Helmsman. The tall man before you. Wait, is he not gonna speak? Oh no, they only speak in the important parts. The tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons and muscle. Ah, this is the old looking guy. Blue veins snake under his white, almost dove-colored skin, and his scalp and chin are covered in cropped white hair. His neck and shoulders are wrapped in wires that hint at the presence of neural connectors under his uniform. So he's like part cyborg. Maybe something's keeping him alive. The officer's face seems to be twisted in a perpetual grimace of annoyance and anger, but he greets you with a respectful nod. That's right, I'll slap you, don't get it twisted. Lord Captain Master Helmsman, Raver at your service. Remind me who you are. I feel like that's kind of rude, but probably not. You are a Voidborn, are you not? What the hell is that? That I am, born into a helmsman clan in the bowels of the Chartist vessel. Studied the family trade until I was 15, then my entire clan was butchered in a mutiny by lower hold scum. They spared the young'uns, of course they did. Kids with implanted connectors make great navigational servitors. But I was having none of it. They weren't going to make me a servitor out of me. So I escaped into the cruel ways, and then I spent months picking them off one after the other. She's dangerous too. Raver stops abruptly. You got me talking up a storm. Anyway, yes, I'm a Voidborn. What's a Voidborn? Finish your story, Raver. Raver stays silent for a few seconds. Not much to tell. I gutted everyone I could get to, and then I fled upward to the middle decks. That's where the auger operators took me under their wing. They have apprentice helmsmen of their own up there, you see. Nobody asked me any questions, so I stayed. I grew up, trained, got smarter, then ended up a junior helmsman. A dozen years later, Danrock spotted me and lured me away. The cheeky blighter. Tell me about the Voidborn. Raver winces and rubs his temple. Lord Captain, I mean, no disrespect, but you do better to find someone with a knack for conversation, like Toliman, the new Voxmaster. I ain't the talking type. I just get the ship where she needs to go. Best let folks stick to what they do best. That's an order, Master Helmsman. What can you tell me about the other officers? Good for nothing wasters, that's what they are. Each and every one. Take generous Danrock, that high-born weasel. He fawns over the officers, but some of the deals he makes would get him buried alive. He drags other people into his schemes so they can take the fall for him, too. What? Who's this? Janice. Janice. One of my junior helmsmen was ferrying goods from Footfall for him, got caught by the Seneschal and ended up in the Void Hatch. Danrock couldn't care less. Ooh, I gotta watch out for this guy. The Voxmaster, another Tollyman, like the last one, Void rest him, is no better. Tollyman. She cut off half the Vox channels the day she took up her post, said the Vox systems were damaged, and the Engineerium had no contact with other modules. But how am I supposed to steer the ship, collect the cogs, reports with the power of my mind. First officer were Syrian. So, like, is he saying I need to replace all these people? I can't stand him. Like every Navy officer I ever met, he doesn't know a thing about controlling a vessel in the void, but he puffs himself up all the time and throws his weight around. Me and him had to have words a few times before he left me alone. Thank the Emperor Lady Theodora trusted me more than Seneschal when it came to helming a void ship. Then there's that woman, what's her name? Tlas. Lady Theodora brought her along wherever she went, and look what happened to her. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it was that witch that delivered her to an early grave, just like countless souls before. I don't see why anyone would want that walking calamity on their ship, but some would disagree. They say she's friends with young Ptolemy, or at least she used to be. What the fuck? Tell me, do you like anyone at all? Raver looks perplexed. What kind of question is that? I like you and Lady Theodora before you. Where would I be if I was making cracks at the Rogue Trader? I don't want to die just yet. Hey, we know who he is now. I must take my leave. Lord Captain, Raver acknowledges you with a nod and turns away. He just respects authority, it seems like. This is that chick. She wanted to talk with us. This is her, right? Argenta.
Rogue Trader.
Sister Argenta looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. Oh, I'll probably say this last. Tell me about the Adepta Sororitas.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
What did she say? Ecclesiarchy. The religious body of the Imperium, also known as the Ecclesiarchy, which venerates and promotes the worship of the Emperor of mankind. It guides the worship of trillions of people on numberless worlds across the vast divides of the void. The core of the Ecclesiarchy's power is the Cult Imperials, also known as the Imperial Creed. Any deviance from its strictures and theology is considered heresy. Strictures, just like writings, and brutally suppressed. Stricture. It's kind of loud. My bad. A statement of severe criticism or disapproval. Let me see if I can. This probably is
stricture.
Better. Okay. I need to use this dictionary more, yo. They say that Adepta Sororita are the fiercest in their faith among the warriors of the Imperium. Is it true?
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed, sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me.
So you're not perfect.
Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
So they're like super bodyguards of these things. The Order Pronatus is not one of the Order's militant. What am I saying? The Order Pronatus is not one of the Order's militant, and yet you are a trained fighter. Let me just say this.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless.
Okay.
Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
After a short pause, Argenta adds with somewhat arrogant haste. She is too much though. Still, my favorite person on the battlefield so far. You said you belong to the Calaxian branch of your order. What brought you to the Cronus Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parsimus Duane, the station's founder.
Okay. Did I say the first one? No. Are there any other members of the Adapter Sororitas in the Cronus Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
They are way too devout.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
She is... Can't be around her too long, man. She'd be talking about God this, God that. You know, Emperor this, Emperor that. You said you have a personal... No, we're going to say that last. Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
She looks surprised. How did you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
Argenta's expression darkens visibly. She stops short.
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
She got attacked by these void people, the warp people. A malign metaphysical force composed of psychic energy that exists in an alternate dimension. So it's not even people, it's just energy? Is that? The gods of chaos are monstrous beings. No. Wait, yeah. Monstrous beings weaved from mortal obsessions and fears. These ancient entities of unimaginable power and infinite malice endlessly seek to burst into real space and lay ruin to it and its inhabitants. Gods of chaos are monstrous beings weaved from mortal obsessions and fears. So creating fear in and what, like greed in people makes them stronger? Maybe? What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
Is it difficult for you to accept that you made a mistake?
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Going red in the face, Argenta says heatedly. Then she frowns and lowers her head for a moment. Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
Right, so she wants us to go back there. We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
Okay, she's reasonable. Argenta's eyes glint. She hesitates, but then shakes her head with a sigh. What was it like traveling on Theodora's ship?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship.
So many names, man. If they're not standing here, it's hard for me to...
But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the cultists. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
She wants to kill Tlas. I don't have any more questions, thank you.
As you wish.
What? I do have questions. What is it that's keeping you in my retinue? Is that, how do you say that?
Retinue.
Retinue. A group of people who travel with an important person to help them.
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary, but for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
It pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught. I enjoy your company, Argenta. I hope that you remain in the crew and that the ship becomes your home. Jeez, I'm hitting on her with this. You might be of use to me, and so I have no problem with your presence. I see no place for you on my ship. We will take you to Footfall, and that will be all. Jeez, let's hit on her.
Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you, both for your words and your hospitality.
She gives you another somewhat puzzled look. Don't make it weird. Okay. Where's my chambers? Let's go rest. Thank you for this conversation. Until next time. You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Continue.
The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
That doesn't sound too bad. What good would meeting them do? Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a Rogue Trader. I will address the orphans with a speech. I'll meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children of the people who gave their lives for Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the Rogue Trader is too much. Why would I? Do you wish to fill these children's heads with the illusion that the world and its rulers care about them? I will have no part in this. Damn, man. Let's be nice, though. Let's say this one.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
End dialogue. Oh, am I going there now? Yeah, these are the orphans. Fuck them kids. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable... What? Indefatigable. Our indefatigable. I can't say it. Our indefatigable.
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. Indefatigable. What? always determined and energetic in trying to achieve something and never willing to admit defeat.
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Alballard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the scholar. What is this? Scholar Progenium? Scholar Progenium. A division of ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service of the Imperium. This is like just a school. Orphan school. It is hardly the Scholar Progenium in here. But we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Okay. Jeez, they got respect. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius. They don't look like kids though. Jeez, they all big enough to hold a gun. Who's this? Heinrich Montag. Who's this? He looks crazy. You notice Infernus Master Heinrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. Where is he? Where is he? This is him. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Infernus Master, do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Sheesh! Grandly address the group. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause, and brought honor to the von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. Smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. Address the chaperones. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding the Lord Captain is a great honor enough for them. Jeez. That's crazy. He just walked there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, let's just give them a speech, man. It's one of these. Yeah, let's say this. The teenagers hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. What? We're gonna have to slap somebody. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches?" Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes. She wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. Punish the troublemaker. Put the rest back in their bays. This audience is over. Sheesh. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. Comportment? What?
Comportment.
Someone's behavior. Okay. Leaves much to be desired. I hope that they will be molded into worthy servants of House von Valancius. This audience is over. Address the chaperones. Punish the troublemaker. We're not going to punish him. Address the group. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. We'll probably say that. Ignore the interruption. Rest assured you won't be abandoned. You will be taken care of. Let's go ahead. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back. And it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks or worse. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. I'll probably say that. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. Ooh, the strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Sheesh, that one's not too bad too. Punish the troublemaker. No. This is a hard choice. Let's give him some harsh truths. Number 3. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. He knew he was about to get slapped. Keep talking. Albalard gives a sign, and the servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with one Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. Emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Treats, they're just throwing them. Jeez. Jeez. Just throwing them into the air, making it rain. Argenta rubs her temple. Pensively, she smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. That kid got lucky, he didn't get punished. Would you like to join Master of Whispers? That's what I should have said. Cool. That was pretty cool though. Little side quest complete. Where else? What else? Who else? What else and who else? So they was telling me about how do I do it? The cargo management. I don't really get it, man. Cargo capacity. Oh my god. So I need to trade. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. It's a lot. I don't really know. What is my quest? Argenta asked Rocher to talk. Yeah, I did that. Chapter 1. Oh my god, is this all the quests I have to do? Looking for trouble. Companion quest. Errands. Let's probably do the errands. The void ship needs a new navigator. Okay. The void ship requires a new engineer. Somewhere in the system. Okay, I can't do that stuff quickly. Looking for trouble. A matter of the utmost importance led the interrogator of the Inquisition, Heinrich van Kallox, to the Rykhead system. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the Rykhead system. So I probably need to do the errands first. Don't know how to complete any of this. Let me look at this one more time. Why is that got a tick? Cargo is for sorting loot that is not valuable enough for the mighty rogue trader. Drag pieces of loot to remove it from your loot screen. Alright, selling cargo to merchants improves your reputation with their faction. However, all loot inside that cargo will be lost. So I have to wait until a trade comes up. This is probably where I start traveling around to the Lord Captain's quarters. Let's go check it out. Let's go check. This is where me and Argenta is gonna be one day. Where's my bed? Where is it? Say what? Where's the bed? Cheese. This is where she will stay. What else is in here? A bizarre fragment hung on the trophy board. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. What is it? What is this? Liturgies of the faithful to his word and name. The text below this solemn heading looks noticeably faded. It appears that the prayer book has been kept open on this page for a very long time. What's this, a game? Crazy chess. 4-player chess. The positions of the pieces on the board suggest that this game of regicide was interrupted. The winner was never determined. The glinting of the displayed weapons is mesmerizing. You have never seen many of these articles before. All kinds of weapons. All kinds of stuff going on over here. The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. Play. Jeez. You'll be redirected to the website. Oh! How dare they? What else is here? The bookshelves are packed with ancient books, piles of papers, and tomes, many of which look rather worn. The light glinting off the polished skull of some unknown Xenos makes it seem like the bony face is mocking you. What? Oh, I see. Vote. Sheesh, I can just put some stuff in here. I don't think there's anything I want to put in there yet. Blade shard. I'll keep 4 of these on me. Who knows when I'm gonna have to blow off a door. Machine right set. I really don't know what I want to keep. Loot manager. Okay. What's this? The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Lord Captain. Shrine of Remembrance. These other players. That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get out. I think it's time. The Kronos Expanse. Rykad. The events of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Cronus Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new, uncharted systems. Discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest and click the left mouse button on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. Sun? Big old sun. So where am I? Unexplored. Is this where I am? Or is this where I am? The guide. Make contact with the Nevis Novolite station. Alright, this is big. Where am I gonna go to first? The guide. The void ship needs a new navigator. That is it, right? Nevis Novolite station. Yep. So it's telling me. And this is me, I think. Sheesh. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Visit Ryked Philia, the Prism Planetoid. The Prism Planetoid in the Ryked system may have caught the interrogator's attention. Where is that? Ryked Philia. Where is Ryked Philia? Visit Ryked Philia, the Prism Planetoid. Cool, this is it. I think I'm gonna do the navigator first. So what? Can I click? No. I just wanted to test something. Oh man. I don't know if there's a difference in clicking this or clicking this. Vox Master Vigdis. Lord Captain reporting the heralds of the Nevis Novolite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iruk 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Nevis Novolite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. Order the Urga crew to scan the station. Turn back. No one dares to give me orders. We will not invade the Nevis Novolite station without first acquiring official approval. Nah, we're going in. We're scanning the station. Yes, Lord Captain, the Vox remained silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Orga crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We gotta go in. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigator heralds ignoring us? Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of the grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Alright, we dock in. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. End dialogue. This is... yeah, we're picking everyone. I can have up to 6, that's a big party. Argenta, can I move her? She needs to be by my side. Urek 5. Xenos are the mortal enemy of every subject of the Imperium. Cool.